Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
You heard it. It's time to get sleazy. This is episode 125 of the Sleazy Podcast. I'm your host, Sleazy. Tonight, I am joined by Mr. PBS.
Hello, hello.
The one and only Robzilla.
What's up?
My pit bull.
I try.
And joining us remotely from the great land of Chicago, or somewhere near Chicago, we know, Hot Sauce.
The Chicagoland area.
The Chicagoland area. The
That's
suburbs
what they
of
like to
Chicago.
call it.
Is that what we should call it?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yes, is Chicagoland like an unofficial designation?
Yeah, the Chicagoland area is anything within like an hour of the city proper.
So what's the temperature like over there?
Right now it's 9 degrees, cloudy.
Whew.
So I know your dogs don't like it.
No,
I don't know.
Rex
I don't
is
know what the
struggling
temperature is
anyway.
here right now. I know it got a little bit warmer today.
Well, yeah, but it's still ice cold. though.
Yeah, one day it was like 3 degrees. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking terrible.
I
It's
noticed
not
that
warmed up around here at all. The
you had
snow
that
we got from
post-
2 weeks ago is still on the ground.
Yeah, same here.
you had that post about how good the snow removal is up there, and
Yes, sir.
someone somehow misinterpreted it as you
Yeah.
complaining about how nice your roads were.
Well, he's Canadian too, so it's like 3 feet, and he doesn't
Oh,
care
yeah.
unless it's over like 3 or 4 feet of snow. That's when they
Like
worry.
inches, that's a dusting.
yeah,
Yeah.
ain't nothing.
Yeah, you
It's
got
3
3 or
degrees
4
right now,
feet. Yeah,
supposedly. That's what it says. 3 degrees.
It's 3 degrees right now. Holy shit.
That's what it says.
It was cold when we got back from dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
So that
It's
wind
It's like bone chilling cold.
I will say that. That's that
I'm
kind
still
of.
rocking my shorts.
chill.
Are you really?
I've had
You're a bad-
pants on maybe 4 times since I moved in July.
You're a bad man.
You're a bad motherfucker.
Because I
Dude.
don't have to go to work. I don't need to get up and put fucking pants on anymore. I just put on a pair of shorts and roll.
Hey, I don't leave the house to go to work, but I tell you what, the one day I got up, I was like, holy shit, I need to put some lounge pants on. It was fucking cold.
Nah,
Yeah.
shorts.
I know I don't mind this, but man, when it gets below like 30, I'm just like, this is terrible.
Mhm.
It's terrible. Can't live like this.
Yeah.
Thank God it's only for a couple months.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, it just sucks. This is the second show of the new year, of 2022. But we're going to start the show off with more sad news.
People are dropping like flies. In
Yeah, I
2022.
mean, Meatloaf passed away,
Mhm.
and Louie
Anderson.
Anderson passed away. I mean, it's terrible. How many more people are going to die this year?
All
And
of
we
them.
are in a pandemic, though. But I don't know. I mean, I was never really like the biggest Meatloaf fan, but I mean, I would do anything for love.
Still the loaf.
Yeah, he's still the loaf. Like
I
you said.
remember listening to Meatloaf when I was a younger kid, and like I really loved like Meatloaf, and I always listened to like the Michael Bolton and stuff. So, but like,
I could see you listening to Michael Bolton.
I did
as a-
listen. I listened to like
as a
Michael
young
Bolton.
man.
Yeah,
What's the one on all the compilations? How am I supposed to live with or whatever
yeah.
it is?
Yeah, something like that.
Then he's got the one song you always hear on 4th of July. What's that? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Proud to be
Meatloaf song?
No, I think that's
Is-
I think that's Lee Greenwood.
Is that Lee Greenwood?
Yeah.
I thought Michael Bolton has a
You might.
4th of July
Does
song
he?
that they always play.
Rob Dilla's getting on it.
I'm trying.
I could be wrong. Maybe it's just something that sounds totally like Michael Bolton.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I was really sad about the Louis Armstrong one. I mean, or Louis Anderson. I'm sorry, not Louis Armstrong.
When a Man Loves a Woman, I know that's like one of the bigger ones too.
Yeah, When a Man Loves a
Yeah.
Woman, that's a big one. But
It's
yeah.
okay. I know Louis Armstrong died a long time ago, but it's okay to still be sad about it.
Yeah, it is. But no, Louis Armstrong. For those of us that are in our age group, we grew up with Life with Louis
Oh my
on
God.
Fox
Yeah.
Kids.
And I didn't. I don't remember that show.
You don't remember that show?
No, I didn't
you were
watch it.
You were probably in middle school by then.
I'm older than you guys, but not by a terrible amount. I mean, I'm still watching. I'm still immature. I
How
was
old?
watching
How old?
cartoons and shit.
How much older are you?
I'll be 46 in August.
So you're about 10 years older than us.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Jesus. Is it that much?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Holy
I'll be 30.
shit.
I'll be 37 in July. You'll be 37 in March.
Yeah.
I don't really know how old Mr. PBS is.
That's one.
I know he's like close to our age. You're
Yeah.
36, right?
I don't have Chronos access anymore. I can't help it.
It's like you never know what his birthday is until his mom's. You just get that glance of his mom saying happy birthday to him on Facebook.
Happy birthday, Mr. PBS.
And then you're like, fuck, it's Kyle's birthday. He doesn't let anybody ever know.
Not all I can help it.
By the way, do you like our backdrop for tonight?
I saw that. I was trying to figure out what that is. What is it?
Little shameless plug there. It says Shop Nerd Co.
Oh, it's a banner from a
from the shows.
con or something.
Yeah, it's from
It's like the end table banner.
Yeah, from one of the shows or something. Okay.
Yeah, that we put up. Then we got this nice little overlay here for the Facebook or the YouTube channel. So we got the logo up in the corner. Then we did this listen to Sleazy on the bottom right corner there.
Okay.
Before the show. We were going through fonts and we gave up.
Yeah, we
You
just picked
gave
one
up.
over
You
the
couldn't
best.
find the one you used for the logo?
No, I didn't design the logo. So I was just like, we got to the C's and I was like, this one looks good.
Yeah,
This one looks clean.
Nice and clean.
It looks like a How I Met Your Mother kind of logo almost. Which, by the way, How I Met Your Father is now out on Hulu. If you haven't watched that,
It is.
Hilary Duff is fucking fine in that show. She's like what? She's our age, isn't she? Maybe a little older.
She's
I thought she was a
around
little
that
younger.
age. Yeah,
Look it up,
she's
producer.
close. Yeah, she's close to our age, but
You're typing with one gator on, dude.
I was just looking at it. It's like, we say it works. So use two hands.
Like, can
she's
you
34.
imagine? You imagine like a gator trying to get its like, like bait with one arm, like,
Mhm.
like rolling around with one arm.
she's 34, so she's actually like,
She's a little younger than us.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
She's got kids now and stuff. I think she's in, got the whole married life. But I watched 2 episodes of it.
she has 3 children.
It wasn't terrible. I mean, I wasn't like, this is the worst thing ever. It wasn't as good as How I Met Your Mother, but it has potential. The one guy from the wrestling show we liked on Netflix, the women's
Glow?
wrestling show.
Mark Maron.
No, not Mark Maron. That's not the name of the show.
Oh, okay.
Glow.
Glow.
Sorry.
The guy that finances the wrestling show and the rich kid.
Yeah,
He kind of plays the opposite.
Okay.
Love interest for
I
Hillary.
forgot. I don't think I even really knew his
But
name.
yeah, they're kind of setting it up that way.
I don't remember if I mentioned it last show, but the show should just be a mini series. Like I had one night stand with a random dude. That's how I met your dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Thinking of
that was-
Christopher Lowe.
well, that was like
Sebastian
8
Bash
years.
Howard.
That was like 8 years of How I Met Your Mother. It was just, one night stands and him realizing that the girl wasn't for him, whether it was the baker or, the doctor and then Robin. Well, he dated Robin technically, but
That show
You
pissed
looking
me
up
off
over
when it
there?
ended.
that guy from Glow.
Gata.
I just looked it up.
Yeah, Hot Sauce.
Oh,
watched it.
Christopher Lowe. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Christopher Lowe. He played Bash in Glow.
Yeah, he's fucking you up,
That's
dude.
Hey, it's true.
I mean, to be fair, he's got both hands free and a computer in front of him.
Yeah, Rob
I'm
has
using a
one.
mouse, man.
You playing pocket pool over there? What are you doing?
I always have one in my pocket.
It's just like he's just so carefree with the one arm, like
Mhm.
and gingerly moving.
I do.
By the way, Mr. PBS totally hooked it up with some rentals from his Blockbuster store.
Mhm.
He hooked me up with.
It's
Would you hook me up with Dead Alive?
Dead Alive, aka Brain Dead,
Yeah, and then
Near Dark.
Near Dark.
Near Dark. I mean, I haven't seen that movie. I've been wanting to fucking see it.
Mhm.
Everybody says it's a kick-ass vampire movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely a little different. I can't quite explain it to you. It's a little like the pacing's a little this or that or something. It's a little different, but it's definitely a classic.
Everyone like talks about there's a scene in it in like a bar. I
The
think.
bar, yeah, the bar scene. Bill Paxton.
Yeah,
Is it like
they
Bill
say it's
Paxton
so
and Bryce
fucking
Anderson?
awesome.
Yeah, they go. The vampire troupe goes a little crazy on the local yokels.
Okay. Yeah.
Near Dark.
Yeah, Near Dark.
Yep.
Never
Yeah.
heard of it.
Catherine Bigelow. I think it was like her first movie.
But yeah, Rob's old lady's leaving for the weekend next weekend, right?
Huh.
We're gonna have us a movie night.
Yeah.
Totally. Pizza,
Gotta lock up the dog.
pizza, movie.
Just bring a dog with you.
No.
Bring the dog with you. Well, we'll just go over to your house.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, you know. Okay, so I'm looking in our comments here in our little group planning that we have. I actually found this article today. I almost can't say it with a straight face. Kanye West allegedly spreading rumor that Pete has AIDS. Confused pals call him Pete. So Kanye West's bizarre behavior might be at a new low. He's allegedly telling friends Pete Davidson's suffering with AIDS. And while the false rumors gotten back to Pete, people close to Ye are denying it. Sources close to Davidson confirm what DJ academics claimed earlier this week. Kanye's been telling everybody within earshot that Pete has AIDS. We're told Kanye's claim has made for a few awkward phone calls between Pete and mutual friends he has with Kanye, who are confused and disturbed by the childish behavior.
How are they disturbed by his behavior?
I mean, what else?
I mean, this motherfucker's been going crazy for a little while
For
now.
years.
Yeah.
For
No, I
years.
didn't even know any of this. But obviously, for those out there who don't quite know, Kanye was married to Kim K, right?
Yes.
And then they got divorced.
Right.
Didn't they have some kids?
Yeah, they have like a couple weird names.
And now she's
Like
out with
like is
without
it
Pete
Northwest or something or some bullshit.
I can just imagine like Pete hearing that and just cracking the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the dude does look like he has like AIDS or something.
He does
Yeah,
look
we-
He does not look healthy.
No, he
we
doesn't
were
look
talking
healthy
about,
at
I think
all.
he's got Crohn's or some kind of disease.
Mhm.
That kind of is why he always looks
Well, and you
like he
add,
hasn't been out in the sun ever.
you add that in with like his mental problems that he has. and
that
it's-
doesn't help. Yeah.
No. But yeah, talk about like that is some straight up middle school like shit right there. Like you break up, your girlfriend breaks up with you and leaves you for like the dork. And you're just like, that motherfucker's got AIDS. Let it be known. Tell everybody.
Isn't there some?
Yeah, he has Crohn's disease.
yeah, isn't there some TikTok going around like I want 2006 Kanye, not whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Back when he wasn't quite so crazy.
Mhm.
He made good music.
Wasn't he on his meds? Didn't he? Isn't he on meds for something?
Yeah, he's
and he-
crazy.
And he's
Yeah.
talked about not being on them now.
Yeah. I wonder if he's still going to try to run for president at some point.
I hope not.
Yeah.
We got enough
It
problems.
was-
2020 that he was trying.
I try to block that out when it comes to Kanye because this motherfucker's just too crazy
Yeah.
at this point.
He really is. He's out of control, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, Pete Davidson can sue his ass. I mean, if it's getting to be
That's-
published like this, he
that's
could sue him for
Defamation of character.
defamation. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, if you're going to sue Kanye, I mean, you might as well make it a nice chunk of change
Yeah.
because he's got money,
Well,
supposedly.
actually, didn't he say he didn't have any?
Yeah.
And
He's
that's why
like, didn't he
applied
start like a
for
GoFundMe?
some triple P bailout or whatever?
Right.
And everything.
Well, and then he was he was asking Mark Zuckerberg for money one
Yeah.
year.
Mhm.
I don't remember that.
He's
Yeah.
like, he's asking a bunch of people for fucking money.
Because he said he had ideas that would revolutionize the world or something like that. And it was just like,
Okay, Elon Musk.
we,
All
we
right.
know you're selling white t-shirts for like $80, dude.
Mhm.
Isn't he really fucking loaded though?
That's the impression I got, that he had a bunch of money.
Yeah. You would think.
But I mean, when you're that crazy, who knows where you're spending money left and right. So
Net worth is $1.8 billion. He's cool.
Jesus.
That's net
He's
You know,
worth.
they always say that's in assets and stocks and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't actually have any money.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's just all in my bank
Yay.
account. Yeah, I don't.
Didn't he own like, or no, maybe that was 50 Cent that owned
Vitamin water.
vitamin
That was
water.
50 cent.
I
I remember
think
him being in
Fitty.
the commercials.
maybe he had some other drink or something I'm thinking of.
New,
They all invest in shit, so who knows?
Yeah.
I'd imagine, but man, those boxes are they look like they moved a little bit behind you from the last
Yeah,
show.
I think I moved one or two. I think this one over here.
One or two.
I think that one moved. And then I know I moved like something over here, but I don't think it was very much. You'd have to replay and look. I think no, that didn't move.
You got
It's
shit to
over
do,
here.
man. It's really tough.
Dude, my
I'm not-
dog's been sick, man. I've been dealing with him.
Has he really?
Yeah, he's been fucked up for like 2 weeks.
What's wrong with that?
Which one is Rex?
Rex.
What's wrong with Rex?
Don't know. That's the problem.
Oh. I see
He's just,
you guys. I see you posted like pictures of him like curled up underneath the blankets and stuff.
Like,
he
why you
hates
taking
the
pictures of me?
That's
Yeah.
that's the big problem. He hates the cold. So I don't know if he's just not feeling well, and then the cold on top of it's making him miserable. But he's just, I don't know. It was last
There's nothing
Shit,
like
2 weeks
dealing with
ago.
nothing like dealing with a sick pet, man.
Mhm.
Right.
Because
He's not thrown up or anything. He's just like he got hurt. He hurt his back or his leg or something. Something happened to him.
yep, it sucks because they can't tell you.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You know, like, oh, I'm fucked up,
I wish it was like an Up where they had to call and they spoke.
or maybe you could just like picture them telling you stuff. Like in that Ryan Reynolds movie where the deer goes through the windshield. Fucking kill me,
The
Jerry.
voices.
Yeah,
I don't want to die. Take your knife and cut my throat.
just fucking kill me, Jerry.
I'm dying, Jerry.
So how old was Meatloaf?
74.
Yeah, he's up there. He's 70.
74. That's for a big guy to make it to 74. That's an
Yeah.
accomplishment.
And he's always been pretty big too.
I think didn't he die of COVID?
Yeah.
And
He was
related.
not vaccinated.
he was he's one of he's a pure blood. He's a
Right.
pure blood, as
Yeah.
they like to call themselves, the
Yeah.
non-vaccinated.
That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. He's a pure blood. Oh, okay. So you're an incest, right? Okay.
I'm a pure blood.
Sure you are.
Such a shame, man. He probably could have. Maybe if he was vaccinated and boosted, maybe he'd have got 10 more years or something. Who knows?
And that's the thing too. It's just like you're getting older, so you got to be, you're more acceptable for any kind of disease or anything.
I think he was scheduled to do Steel City Con,
yeah.
and they're real bummed that he passed away because
yeah.
he was there last year and he was a real big hit. I guess
Oh,
a lot of fans went and saw him and got autographs and shit. But yeah, I mean, nonetheless, it's still sad anytime somebody that you grew up with in the limelight passes away. Even though the last time I saw him perform on like TV, it was pretty bad. Yeah, he was like
I
trying
do
to
remember.
like growing up, for the younger people, we used to have, TV stations that played music videos,
right.
Yeah.
MTV and VH1. And it seemed like,
VH1.
I Would Do Anything for Love, especially, was like always on, or it'd be on like a pop-up video or something like that.
I
And
love
that-
the video too.
Yeah.
So dramatic.
Yeah. And that was from Bad Outta Hell 2.
Mhm.
And that was in the 90s there. So it was almost sort of like a comeback album for him.
Like his
And
little revival period.
Right. And that's sort of like when he got back into everything. And, he did Bad Outta Hell 3 in like 2006-ish. And that's an album I really like. And since then, he just hasn't and by then he'd have been in his 50s or something.
Right.
And he's released a couple of albums since then. And I think kind of getting older, he just kind of like lost some of the power in his voice. So he hasn't, he's still out there, still doing those tours and stuff and making money. But like you said, I don't think a lot of it was there. He had some health issue in like 2016 where like he collapsed on stage and everything. So he's always kind of had some health issues. So like you say, 74 is still a pretty good run,
For a big guy.
Yeah.
I never knew this, and I feel kind of I wouldn't say embarrassed, but shell shocked that I just went past me. A coworker and I were talking about Meatloaf, and he was like he said the line from Fight Club. His name
is Robert Paulson.
His name is Robert Paulson, and I was like, what?
Mhm.
And I like Googled it. I was like, what the fuck? How did I not know that?
It doesn't hit you.
He was the man with the big titties.
Yeah.
and,
He was Bitch Tit Bob.
yeah, bitch tip Bob.
I forgot about that.
His name is Robert Paulson.
That was
Tit
like
Bob.
another introduction to Meatloaf, because I remember that came out in like 96, 7, something like that.
Yeah, the mid 90s. But I'd never really watched that until, probably about 15 years ago or something. And when I watched it, it was real late at night.
Mhm.
So I never really watched it again up until last year.
Yeah, 1999 was Fight Club.
Yeah. And I was just kind of like, it just never dawned on me like, oh, that's Meatloaf. Or I never bothered to look it up,
Yeah.
like.
Right.
But my coworker was like, I actually knew something about movies that you didn't. And I
Ah.
was like, this is the one time.
You got me.
One time. You got me, dude. But yeah, I was like, oh man. And then Louie Anderson was what, 64?
Yeah. 64, 68.
Now Louie was
I'm
actually
sorry, he was 68.
68.
68.
Mhm.
Another good run for a
Yeah.
big guy.
And he's always been big.
Yeah, Louie's
Yeah.
always been big.
I just loved his voice because it was, Life with Louie, and just that voice is just so iconic to me.
Yeah.
I just thought it's just the funniest thing to listen to. him
Well,
talk.
and then he kind of had a revival on
Family Feud. Yeah, I know.
Well, he didn't know. He did Family Feud, but then he had a revival on Zach Galifianakis.
Baskets.
Yeah, Baskets.
I know J Bone said that he loved that show.
Yeah, he played. It's so creepy because he played Basket's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I see that, it reminds me of my mother's mom. It looks just like my grandma Cunningham.
Louie Anderson played someone's mom.
Yeah.
It's called Baskets.
Yeah.
So
look it up. I mean, he's in
show.
He's in like those old school, like,
Moo-moos.
Yeah, flower dresses and shit, that go down to the floor. And he's got his hair curled up and shit, like permed. But yeah, I'd always see that, and I never watched it because
I always forgot about it. But I know John always said like he loved
people
that
love
show.
it.
Yeah.
People love it. I guess it won some awards too. I think I'm not 100% sure on that, but
I think Louis did win an award for that.
Yeah,
or at least it was nominated multiple times.
Yeah, I remember because they'd always like when you'd see the commercial for it, they'd be like this and this and this Golden Globe, blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean it's sad though when you see these people dying, and I read a little bit about Louis. Louis dedicated his career to his mother, and I thought that was like really cool. Like he always wanted to pay homage to his mom, and whatever he did. So that that's pretty cool when you see something like that too.
Yeah, I'm not like kind of like I'm with Rob on this. I'm not like a super big Louis fan. Like,
yeah, same here.
I couldn't tell you like a joke he ever had anything, but like Life with Louis was a Saturday morning kids cartoon when I was growing up.
That had what's his face in it too as the dad, Howie Mandel. Wasn't Howie Mandel in it?
I think Howie had his own cartoon, didn't he?
You're thinking,
you're
thinking of Bobby's World.
Bobby's World, yeah. and then because they both came on back to back, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
I think Louis might have done the voice of his dad, or I can hear it in my head.
I just remembered like that little, drawing of Louis as a kid.
Look just like him.
Yeah, it just looked just like him.
Just like you'd expect him to look like.
Wow, man, that's bringing back some memories. Bobby's World. That was another great one. Fox Kids fucking owned back in the day.
Yeah, it did.
They should really why isn't that on Disney right now? Disney Plus
or Fox or something. Yeah,
like Life with Louie and all that should be on there. What are you digging up for me, producer? I see you got both arms out, so you're serious.
Yeah, so Howie Mandel did Bobby. Let me see here.
I don't see.
Yeah, I don't see anything for Louie Anderson.
No.
Pauly Shore was George
in
Bobby's World.
But really, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. And then that's the only one I really know. Yeah, that's it.
I always remember there's a joke in one of the Bobby's World episodes where they like go to a swimming pool, and he's like, "Uncle Ted, you can blow bubbles without your mouth being in the water."
I remember back in high school, my friend Matt, he had this one guy. He called him something. He's like, "You tell Bobby's World to fuck off." He called him Bobby's World because his big ass head. Oh man,
that's hilarious.
It is.
Yeah. Louis did the voice of his dad on the show.
Okay, cool. So, anyways, moving on. HBO has premiered their new kind of winter series that are coming up on Sundays, and Righteous Gemstones was on that, and actually Euphoria too. They're kind of like their back-to-back Sunday features.
I've heard that's wild.
Euphoria is fucking crazy.
Dude, that motherfucker is ridiculous.
So are you caught up, Hot Sauce?
Yes.
So you watch. Who's your favorite character on Euphoria?
I kind of like Fez and Ashtray.
Now who? You have to forgive me. I don't know names per se. Is that
Fez is the drug dealer, the Mac Miller lookalike that looks just like fucking Mac Miller. If they do a Mac Miller biography,
I was going to say the drug dealer is hands down my favorite character on the show, and he's the character that has the most fucking common sense on the show.
Right.
And what reality is this, based?
An Ashtray, his little brother.
That kid's a badass, dude. Was it the last episode when they caught the dad snooping around and he fucking beat the shit out of him with a shotgun butt?
You get your ass beat by the butt of a shotgun with a 12-year-old on the other end.
Right? He fucked him up, dude.
He's, I'm gonna
Left
call the
his-
cops. Bow, cracks him with the gun.
Yeah.
Don't do that again. Bow, does it again. Like he's just beating the shit out of this dude with a fucking butt of a shotgun.
Every time he like lets him speak, he just fucking hits him.
And the kid's 12.
Oh yeah,
Oh wow.
he's dude. That gang. That's all you need to know.
Gang.
That dude is down to protect his older brother.
That show is
But-
fucking. It's fucking wild. I mean, it's
Doesn't
not.
that make you feel like so grateful that you don't have kids? That you don't
Yeah, to
have
some extent. Like I was trying to explain it to my wife, and I'm like, I don't feel uncomfortable or weird watching it, but it's definitely different because they're high school kids.
right.
Somebody's getting fucked every episode. You're seeing
Every
somebody's
episode.
tits. You're seeing somebody's dick. I mean, it's about kids, but I think it's very sensationalized. Like I don't think
know,
it's
man. Kids
that bad, but I think it's probably bad.
kids are crazy nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, my brother is getting ready to turn 20, and some of the shit he talks about, I'm like, what are you even fucking around with stuff like this for? And like, it's just different. I think kids grow up quicker. They're
Mhm.
exposed to more shit than we ever were exposed to.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot because
Yeah, I watched
we're from
crazy
the
shit. Yeah.
we're from the generation rated R. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, we saw all kinds of crazy movies and stuff, but they have the internet and they see all this crazy shit at an
Mhm.
early age. But yeah, I mean, these kids are doing drugs. They're fucking each other, just like Hot Sauce said. They're up to all kinds of shit.
And it's got Zendaya in it, right?
Yeah, yeah. She's kind of like the main girl, and she narrates.
She just
everything.
needs to fucking overdose and die already. I'm sick of her. We're 3 episodes into season 2, and I'd be totally fine if she was gone.
All she does is complain. You know about
Probably blame everybody.
well, she complains about how she can't live life unless she's high and stuff like that.
She's an addict. She's
Okay.
a fucking hardcore
She's
addict.
Yeah, hardcore addict, like hiding it from everybody. And like in this season, she meets a boy that she just likes because they can do drugs together, pretty much. And she's not really supposed to be doing drugs because she's dating this trans girl.
Okay.
And that's kind of like their with their relationships based on they want to make each other better
Right.
to a certain extent, but she's going off and she's sneaking off and doing drugs with this dude for days. And I mean, she's sneaking in at home, and it's something, dude. Like you just can't it's so hard to describe everything that's going on in this show.
Tom
But
Holland. is
I don't think it's a bad show though. That's just
No.
it. I was telling my wife, like, I don't feel weird or uncomfortable, but it's definitely different watching it because you are watching what is supposed to be high school kids. Like you're supposed to be watching a 17-year-old and a 18-year-old having sex in a bathroom. Like it's not.
Right.
It's about kids, but it's definitely not made for kids.
It's like I feel like this just should not be able to watch.
Like I
this.
shouldn't be
It's
watching
kinda
this,
crazy,
but it's not. I don't
These
know. I think
kids are
it's made for adults.
These kids are sneaking into new builds that aren't completely built yet. That the one kid's father is building,
Mm.
and they're fucking in the middle of the middle of the new construction with just tarp on one side. And
fucking savages.
yeah, and I mean the one girl that he's fucking, is his ex-girlfriend's sister, and it is just all kinds of drama.
what is it even about? It's just that.
It's
It's
about
about high
drugs
school
and
kids. I
fucking-
mean, it's like an not even an NC. I mean, it's like an R plus Say by the Bell. Like it's what you would see. if-
R plus. That's
yeah, like that's
pretty
really
funny.
what it is.
without the restaurant that they all meet
without
up
the
at.
restaurant.
Yeah, they don't have the max.
Yeah, that's a real good point. It's an R plus Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, because it's beyond R rated.
See,
It's
now
like an R
the way you
plus
say it
Saved
now,
by the
people are
Bell.
like, I want to go watch that and check it out. And it's like when you say
Oh,
it like
yeah.
that, yeah.
It's
I
not a
would
bad
totally-
show. It's really not a bad show. I was looking at different TV shows and series and stuff, and I saw a little bit of pub on it, and I was like, okay, it's highly rated. And so season 1's already on,
It's-
season 2's out, and
It's very captivating. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's
Like
just
you
what
turn
say
it on and you're just amazed by what's going on, and you're like,
You can't turn it away.
before you know it, the season's over with, and you're like, what the fuck?
That's
Well,
how it goes out.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
well, like
yeah,
I mean, shit, that first episode. I mean, what did I say? You got Eric Dane having sex with a trans minor. Like it's fucking crazy. Like
And he's
it's fucking
videotaping
crazy.
it. Eric Dane's like the dad
Okay.
of one of the asshole guys that's in the
jock.
Yeah, I think you would call him the Zach of this series.
Mhm.
Time
Yeah.
out.
And his dad is like fucks trainees in the hotel and videotapes it. He's like obsessed with it. He's
Mhm.
got like all these CD-ROMs where he's fucked them, and he uploads them to his computer, and he's like the town's perfect example of a all-American dad, and he wins the chili cook-off every year.
Mhm.
Sunday dinners.
But yeah, and then the other kids find out that he fucked this girl that's the underage trans girl, and they all it just goes on and on from there, and it just becomes this thing. It's a really good show though.
It is.
It's just like after all that, like it's really good though.
It is. It really is.
Oh yeah, I understand, man. But man, it's an R+ Saved by the Bell.
But then
It is.
like the other Sunday night show that HBO features, The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh my God,
I fucking love this
I
show.
love that show.
Danny McBride at his best. Who's the dad?
John Goodman.
John Goodman. And then Walton Goggins plays the brother-in-law, who's the sleazebag.
Southern down and out preacher at the time in season one.
Well, they're in like what, North Carolina or something?
North or South Carolina.
Yeah. So they're Southern or whatever. But they're just this family that owns this mega church network. Yeah, they're kind of like the Joel Osteens
They're the
of this, this
Calvinistic.
whatever. But on TV, they're the best Christians in the world, but off, camera, they're just the most terrible people ever. And they're so fucking rich.
So it's a documentary.
Right. Pretty much. But
It's like an R+ Joel Osteen show.
yeah, it's an R+ Joel Osteen show.
Yes, really plus.
But this is its second season now. And man, the first couple episodes were kind of a little slow this year. But
they still have made me laugh.
Once
though.
Walton Goggin came back on, it was just like, thank God.
Yeah.
But they have this one guy. What's the guy's name that is married into the family?
BJ.
BJ was a pharmacist, and he marries the daughter into Judy into the show. Judy's a freak, by the way.
Yeah.
But she thinks she's a freak, but she's not really a freak.
Yeah, she's played in a bunch. She's always works with those guys.
Yeah,
too.
she was in the Vice Principal show.
Yeah.
But it's funny, in this season, she's like pressuring BJ to get baptized.
Yeah, they're basically trying to be like work their way in with their dad. That way they get like all his money whenever he dies.
Yeah, they're slowly moving in control of the money, and John Goodman's character isn't having it. He's doing his thing as long as he can.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just so fucking funny. Some of the shit they do, like this last episode, they had a baptism
for BJ,
baptism party just for BJ, and John Goodman did the baptism. They wanted the dad to baptize him. And they had Walton Goggin on there, and he was singing this like Christian pop song or something. It wasn't even like a Christian pop song, but like the whole time he's like bragging. He's like, "I'm on the Christian pop charts now."
Yeah. He's like, I'm on the top 100, right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Yes, you tell me every time you see me."
But man, the show is it's so fucking funny. If you're a fan of Danny McBride's type of humor, or you've watched any Danny McBride movie or show that he's done in the past on HBO, you'll definitely love Righteous Gemstones. But I know Sundays, I'm down. Like I watch Euphoria first, and then I watch Gemstones to end the night because I need a little bit of pick me up after watching that fucking depressing shit on Euphoria.
All the wild sex and drugs and rock.
Well, all the the girl just slowly killing herself
Mm-hmm.
left and right on that show. Like Hot Sauce said, you're almost like ready for her to overdose and, move on to the other characters.
It's like a countdown, basically.
Almost.
I've got to finish season 1 of the Gemstones before I can start 2.
Oh yeah,
Walton Goggins kills it, man.
And Walton Goggins has really been the best character on both of Danny McBride's past shows.
Yeah,
like I thought he was the best character in Vice Principals.
Shut the fuck up before I bury your kimchi.
Wait, what was the one part where they were in the titty bar and he was like, "I'm trying to get some titties in my face."
Yeah.
Well, leave me the fuck alone, Gamby.
Get your fucking fat ass up, Gamby.
It's funny because in Vice, principals, he plays this flamboyant guy that you would think,
Metrosexual and
yeah, I mean, you would totally think he's gay, but
Yeah.
he's totally not.
yeah.
He's married to this Asian lady, and their mom lives with them.
Yeah.
Her mom.
Yeah. She doesn't like him. She's always cussing him out. in
No, she's
different
always
language.
like cussing at him in the whatever language they have,
Yeah.
and you can tell he's just miserable and he hates his life. So he goes to school and he shits on everybody to feel better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Righteous Gemstones for sure, dynamite cast, and I mean they actually play on certain things that are somewhat true in real life,
Mhm.
like the whole Muscle Man group
Yeah.
that what's his face started. Like that was a real thing. Those
Kelvin.
guys,
Yeah.
yeah, those guys really went around to like schools and shit and did, like shows or whatever where they
I
like,
didn't know that.
yeah, they did like where
What
they
Muscle Man group? What are you talking about?
he in season 2, Kelvin makes this
Muscle Man group for God. And
it's
Oh,
like
the church strongman groups that
yeah.
there, there you go.
You remember them, don't you? Hot
Yeah,
Sauce.
oh yeah,
Where they used to go around to like schools and churches and they do like fucking like I don't know, like cheerleader shit where they the human pyramids and shit,
yeah.
and they toss each other around or whatever. But yet, I mean, they play on certain things like that, and I mean, it's funny how much they make fun of the Angelus, Evangelist or whatever you want to call them.
I just feel like that's very true behind the scenes.
They hit it spot on.
Yeah.
They really hit it spot on, and that's what makes it funny. So if you're like super uber religious, you're probably going to get offended. But I mean, if you can laugh at certain things, it's a great show.
And Eric Roberts is in it in this season too. And
Eric-
he's actually pretty good.
Eric Roberts is in season 2. He's kind of like the scumbag villain in this
Yeah.
one.
From Eli's past.
Yeah.
Creature's past.
From Eli's past, the father,
Yeah.
John Goodman. But totally fucking fun show. I've loved every minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do we want to talk about first here? Do we want to talk about Cobra Kai or Ozark?
Let's go Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Well, this is what, season 4?
This is season 4.
Season 4.
And
Who would have
this-
ever thought that the YouTube only Cobra Kai started out as just a YouTube show.
Right.
Yep.
You had to get the red special?
Yeah.
Premium.
Yeah, premium to view it, which was like $10, and then they did 2 seasons there, and then they took the third to Netflix and blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very popular now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so popular they were like, we need to do another season. And each season they've kind of progressively brought back people from the past Karate Kid movies,
Which I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It is
Yeah.
super cool. But what'd you think of season 4, Hot Sauce?
I like it. It was it's I like it because they're getting more characters from the other movies.
Right.
I didn't remember who in the fuck Terry Silver was.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they
Terry
first
Silver.
brought him
dude.
in, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And then they did the flashback to him and Dan. I'm like, oh shit, it's that little fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
My
Like,
thing, like I said about the first season or the second season, it's like I like it. It's got nostalgia. It's got a feeling to it. You enjoy it. It's a little too high schooly soap opera ish for me,
Oh,
but
it's super uber cheesy.
yeah.
But
But
it's
it's
so
not
fucking
bad.
fun.
I still enjoy watching it. I got no issues sticking with it for another season or 2. I just don't want to drag on too long.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even did this because, like, how they set it up in season 3, like, oh, there's going to be a tournament, or like, well,
Yeah.
that should probably end the show, wouldn't it?
I
But
don't know.
Nope.
Well, they just keep going on and on.
Yeah.
Like at the end of this season, they kind of they didn't really lose the bet. I mean, I guess they did.
They
Oh, they
did, but they said they can form a different school because they were kind of separate. So
Yeah.
they just have to conjoin, that way they can be like a new school, so they can probably teach. So,
Well, he was like, you can't teach karate in the All Valley anymore, or
Right.
something like that.
well,
But
a certain character shows it in, so they're probably going to go with that.
I
person.
love everything about it. By the way, I'm sporting my Miyagi-Do
Miyagi-Do.
headband for tonight's show just for that. But yeah, I mean, like Hot Sauce said, it's very high schoolish. I mean, at what point does the community not step in after there's a
Yeah,
giant karate gang fight inside the high school and one kid ends up paralyzed?
right. Gets kicked in the chest.
Never
Like
mind that
this-
these fucks are brawling like once a fucking week. They're brawling.
Yeah. At a public place.
Like
Where's the
full
fucking
out
cops?
fucking brawls. We're not just talking a couple kids pushing each other. These are fucking 6-on-6 fucking brawls.
Battle Royal.
Yeah.
But
No cop to be in sight.
I love it though, man. Like it's so cheesy, and some of the stuff they fight over, it's just like really.
Well, I like how they switch it because it goes like this kid's getting bullied, and
Yeah.
then it gets switches where the kid's getting bullied becomes the bully,
Becomes the bully.
and the guy who did the bullying is the victim, and then it's kind of leaves you hanging.
Like
so,
they really illustrated that with Hawk in this season.
yeah,
Hawk's been my favorite from the very first moment. The very first season, Hawk's been my favorite.
Were-
Fuck
were you
everybody
s-
else.
Were you sad when they like held him down and shaved his his
took
Hawk
his soul.
off?
Took his soul from him. Yeah, that
He
was
was like, I'm getting a motherfucking tattoo.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden 4 fucking Cobra Kai's come in. They're like, bitch, no, you ain't.
we're gonna cut that
Poor
hair,
Hawk.
Oh,
bro.
I thought they were getting ready to like gang rape him or something. Like the
I
way
thought
they all
Yeah, I thought they were
Long
gonna cut his
show.
tattoos off and shit.
Cobra
way they
Kai
came
meets
in-
Oz. They're bringing back Oz.
they came in, they all fucking like held him down by like his shoulders. I'm like, oh my God, I've seen this before.
You have,
Flashback.
have you?
Yeah.
Flashback.
If you've watched Oz, you've seen that shit.
Something bad's gonna happen.
Like Hot Sauce said, Oz meets Cobra Kai.
See, for me, I really like Hawk, but I like Johnny. Johnny's like my favorite.
Oh,
one.
Johnny's so cool.
I know.
The
Quit
fact,
being a bunch of pussies.
the fact that he's
Johnny's
like,
a fucking loser.
I know. He's
He's-
a loser, but he's a cool loser.
he's so stuck in the 80s. and,
Yeah,
like it's almost like he can't grow up,
yeah,
and he's trying to. Like,
yeah. There's glimpses of him kind of being a grown up. Then he gets right back to being a child.
yeah. Well, and between him and Daniel, they just can't fucking hash things
Yeah.
out.
No.
And it seems like they're heading in that direction.
Mhm.
But how many fucking fights do these guys have to get into before they realize like it's pointless?
Yeah,
Like at some point, you get like, man, I'm too old to be fucking throwing fists around.
yeah. Well, like there was one they were doing training and he did like the crane like pose, and like Daniel was like just walked away from him. He's like, "Come on now."
Yeah.
But-
I did like that they mixed their styles together
Yeah.
this year. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And it played, in the tournament it played out to be pretty, to their advantage.
Yeah.
But
Good old Eagle Fang style.
Yeah,
Eagle Fang.
Eagle Fang. That's so cheesy.
You got to play some Def Leppard with that.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, I think at this point, the new season, I think they should bring back one other person. I would think they bring back Barnes, the guy he fought in Karate Kid 3, the one that Terry Silver was training.
yeah,
I would think they would bring him in.
I
At
don't
this
know.
point,
They
I don't know.
probably
Well,
will.
they're bringing back the one dude
Shojan.
from the second
Two.
one.
Yep,
Yeah.
Mhm.
he's the one who hated Daniel.
So he's going to help train them. It
Yeah.
looks like.
So he's really going to just train people to kill people, basically. At this point,
Yeah.
Motherfucker's a ninja.
Well, he knew something that Daniel didn't really know.
Yeah.
They,
It's like a death technique from Miyagi that he never taught him because
Yeah.
he didn't want to do that.
because it was all about defense.
Yeah.
Not killing
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
But he was going to kill Kreese though in season 3 though.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
Miyagi
you know that
does-
Kreese is going to be a fucking good guy next season now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Like
well, he
how
was-
how you were just saying how everybody turns, going from being a bully to victim to victim to bully. Kreese is going to be
Yeah.
a fucking victim, and he's going to.
Yeah. Because he got framed.
well, and in the tournament he kind of changed he was like, no, I don't, enough is enough,
Yeah.
and what's his face was like, no,
Yeah. Terry Silver.
no, we're gonna kill him.
Man, he walked out. I was like, man, that dude is old as fuck, man. He tied his hair in his little ponytail. He was like ready.
Who did he beat the shit out of?
Johnny.
Is it Johnny?
Yeah.
He whipped the shit out
Yeah,
of
Johnny was drunk. He's like that. He's like, oh man, I can kick.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, super cool. Have you watched it?
No.
So you're just hearing us
I don't
spoil it
watch
off.
it.
Yeah, I'm
It's not in black and white.
Right.
It's fun.
Did you like when you texted earlier and you were like, "Yeah, I think I'll be in for dinner tonight," and I was like, Kyle lays his phone down, rolls over in his hay bed,
Indeed. So I was laying on the
Takes
hay
his-
bed, taking a little afternoon.
takes his
Siesta.
afternoon nap.
The siesta.
So, how comfortable is a hay bed on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I mean, if the hay bed's all you're used to, it's like living like a king.
10 out of 10.
Like a king. Is that the original memory foam mattress?
Well, you gotta change it out every now and again. You
Okay,
don't want
yeah.
to get too old.
Get fresh
Yeah.
fresh bail in there.
Like, you got to fluff it back up.
Yeah.
Have the mice and shit in there and the lice and
Yeah, you can't let it get out of control.
That'd be you think of like how far we've come as humans.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers used to sleep on the fucking dirt ground.
Right.
And they'd be like, man, this is awesome.
Right.
And nowadays we bitch about not having like the right, like, foam mattress or whatever. Like, oh, my spine hurts when I get up.
I had a joke that like, like imagine like all those guys sitting in Philadelphia or whatever, writing the Constitution and Declaration of Independence and all that. Me, I can't do anything if I don't have the air conditioner on and it's too hot.
Right.
I'm suffering.
That's what I'm saying. We're a bunch of pussies
We
nowadays.
really are.
But so, I mean, those of us that have watched Cobra Kai on this council, I think we all agree that this season was good.
Yeah.
It's still watchable.
Mhm.
Still fun. I mean, I watched it like in one sitting.
I did too. Well, I mean,
knocked it
they're
the fuck
only,
out.
What was it like? I think only 8-10 episodes, a half hour.
Yeah,
apiece?
they go by so quick,
Yeah.
so it's kind of fun to watch.
So the question is, are you team Sam or team Tori?
Oh, that's so tough,
I
man.
know. I feel like if you want to fuck up your life, you're gonna go with team Tori. But I feel like if you want to get married, you're gonna go with team.
I think
Sam.
they'll both be. Tori's got that drive, man.
She does.
She comes from a little lesser family.
Mhm.
She says she's having to provide for her and her younger
Her
sibling.
mother,
Yeah.
mother and sister, I think.
Yeah, she has a
Yeah.
younger sibling. The mom doesn't do shit for some
Well,
reason.
she's sick. She's sick, I think.
Yeah,
well,
because the aunt or whatever is trying to collect that disability check.
yeah. How do
Piece of
you
shit.
try to collect somebody else's disability check? I mean, I
I
guess
don't think
that
she's going
counts.
to take the whole check. She just said that she'd give her some money when the check came in.
Mhm.
I'd be like, fuck off. What's my check?
But she came in with Robbie in that dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, are we judging them by looks or what? I mean, what are we doing here?
I have no idea. However you want to judge it.
Because it does sound creepy because they're playing high school kids.
I know it's so weird.
But I mean, they're
She's done
adults.
other stuff, hasn't she? Peyton List. I feel like she's done other movies or stuff.
The girl that played Tori.
Yeah.
She does look more familiar.
Yeah. like you said, I feel like I've seen her in something else. But producer,
No, I'm looking.
Gita.
Looking her up now.
Peyton List. Career, filmography. Spider-Man 2. 27 dresses.
And now, mind you, he jumps on that Spider-Man 2 like we're supposed to know that because this is uncredited next to her name.
Right.
Qualify
We didn't
that.
fucking see her.
Right here. The Thinning. Outcast. Some movies I never even heard
So it
of.
doesn't sound like we've seen her in anything.
No. She's done
the
voice-
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never watched that.
No.
She was in Who Beat Halloween. She
There
was
you go.
Peggy. Yeah, that's the only big movie.
Peggy.
Okay.
And she was let me see her. Oh, she was Barbara Gordon in Batgirl and Batman Rush.
Yeah, Rob didn't tell you her role in Spider-Man 2 is little girl playing on steps, uncredited.
But she's in Spider-Man 2 though.
I remember that little girl in Spider-Man 2. Oh, so is that Spider-Man 2 is in Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire's, yes.
Yeah.
Damn, that's an old one. Then.
Yeah. 2000.
So she would have been just a little girl.
I'll say she's 23.
So who's hotter, her or Sam?
I'm gonna go with Tori.
You gonna go with Tori?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tori.
It's funny. Sam has that girl next door look.
Yeah.
She's got the look, the girl next door look and vibe. Tori's got your, she's your wild card.
Mhm.
Wild card.
Yeah, she's gonna be your fun one.
I just want to listen to Motley Crue when I hang out with Tori.
That's right.
On the wild side.
Robzilla is getting very vocal tonight.
Yes, he is. Why? What's wrong?
Why? What's wrong?
What'd you feed him?
Well, we went to B-Dubs earlier, and he had
those tots. Those tots
Yeah,
are
some
getting
tater tots.
he had some tater tots with his burger, and then he shot up some fucking insulin when he got
Yeah.
here. It's funny, he was shooting his insulin up, and Kyle was coming down the stairs and walked in on him. He was like, God, can you do that somewhere where I can't see it?
You fucking junkie.
Looked like my man was right down there, like slapping his vein, ready to go. I'm like, yo,
Had to tie off real quick.
Get the fuck out of here, you piece of
I
shit.
don't need to be in any lineups or accessories. Or
Do you know
nothing
how
like that.
this man died, sir?
Just put that needle in
Did
the
shit. You said he had some tots. Did he pull a Napoleon Dynamite? He's got it in his pocket. Did you guys check him when you left the
He
restaurant?
did take one of my tots though.
They
He's like, give me a tot.
they didn't make it off the table.
Nah,
They
they weren't.
No,
Them
they weren't.
motherfuckers weren't left to be
Yeah,
taken
nope.
home.
No.
Well,
But,
didn't Napoleon take Pedro's tots though? So did he take one of your guys's, or he's the only one that ordered them?
No.
He was the only one that ordered. I
Yeah.
stole one of
Okay.
his. though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, look, a tot.
I was like, okay.
But I will say, Mr. PBS is over here talking shit, but they lay their food down, and I swear to God, I took a drink of my Pepsi and looked over, and his fucking fries were all gone.
He was just wiping his face off.
Hey, man,
I was like, God damn, did you inhale those? Was like,
those beat up fries, they're underrated.
After he ate him, he's like,
I think they
got some really
kind
good
of,
fries.
I think they kind of suck, but yeah, I mean, you must like them. So you like the shoestring thin type fries?
Yeah, those are
Steak
okay.
and shake fries.
Yeah,
I don't like those.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
There's no
I
point in
like
getting
my
them.
crispy fries. So when they're good, they're just right.
I like.
The undisputed champion fry of all time is a crinkle cut. Just by the way.
I like a crinkle cut
Yeah,
fry.
a fresh hot crinkle cut. Anyways.
Yeah.
Now, it's hard to beat some Five Guy fries though.
Yeah,
Those
that's like
fresh
fair
cut,
fries. Yeah,
those
those are like
fresh
fair.
cut fucking fries.
It's a bag full of them.
Yeah.
They're not too thick, but they're not too thin. They're just right in the middle.
But after having Five Guys, you feel like you're gonna fucking die.
Oh yeah,
Jesus
you
Christ.
definitely do.
Have
Yeah.
you tried the Wendy's fries since they changed them in the last
Yeah, they're
however long?
they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
they're good.
They're pretty solid.
Have you had the Wendy's breakfast potatoes?
Fantastic.
They're fucking aw. They need
Yeah.
to just sell them all day
Yeah,
long.
that's what a lot of people say. Like
Them
reviews. like, this
fuckers
is
are
really-
great.
Yeah.
When did Wendy's change their fries again?
somewhere in the last like this year, maybe
Yeah,
the
yeah,
end of
really?
last year. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like they're supposed to be crispier now or something
they've
like
got,
that.
They've got a new commercial ad campaign out for them about, nobody wants soggy fries or whatever like that. Now crispier and hotter and all that.
It's funny. Before we started recording, I saw an article that McDonald's is having a fry shortage around the world. But
Don't they? I thought there was
Come to an end.
there's something specific they either do to their fries or there's somewhere specific they get their fries.
Well, they
Something
do.
like that.
Well, they do
Yeah.
a lot of crazy shit. McDonald's, because I know with like people love like their Coke and they have like a different formula for the
yeah, they
Coke
have a
and
different
stuff like
formula
that.
for the Coke.
Yeah, so it's they. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Mm.
Probably have an exclusive distributor. They probably get their potatoes from one place.
From a funeral home. What is it that they put in? They embalm the fries
My God.
so they don't ever fucking age. They just look the same. Then you're shitting out embalming fluid after you eat them.
It's all good.
Yeah, as long as it goes through,
Yeah, as long as as long
I
as
mean,
it
it's not
tastes-
like it's going through your arteries when you eat it.
Speaking of fast food, do you guys know if that Diablo brisket from Arby's is a limited thing? Because I still haven't had it. We need to make a trip to go get one.
unlimited. We're waiting on you to send us a video that we
Yeah.
can upload.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Do I need to make it a point to go get one?
I would just go get it.
Yeah, go get
just
it
in
one day.
case. Yeah, because you get a free milkshake as well. So
You had like 346 views on that one video.
Yeah, we were.
Oh, really?
He was checking the TikTok views.
Yeah. So
Well, dude, okay, let me tell you about that video. I saw that video, I think, before you shared it, because I'm just sitting there flipping through and it came up and I'm like, that's me. What the fuck is this?
why am I on the fucking internet?
What the fuck is this shit? Where'd this come from? I'm like, oh, wait, okay. And I think you shared it that like within an hour or two. After I saw
it uploaded and I just didn't realize it uploaded. And I was like, oh, I should probably share that now that it's ready to share.
And just flipping through and I'm like, what? That's
Man,
me.
so
What the fuck is this?
We're totally a little sidetracked here.
Yeah.
But I mean, so we didn't really talk about Ozark. So let's do Ozark and then Scream 5.
Well, don't forget Peacemaker. Since we're on
There's
this show.
nothing to talk about Peacemaker.
Let's watch it. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
It does
every
say-
week it's
it
fucking
does
great.
say, from January 10th to February 6th, the Diablo Dare sandwiches will be available at participating locations nationwide, starting at $5.99, including a free shake.
Mhm.
So it says it's limited, but in somewhere, but it doesn't say to win.
No, it's hot, so we need you to test
You
it.
get your free shake in there till February 10th.
J
Got an
Bone, he
appointment
said it
next
was
week.
hot,
Yeah, I've had it. Wasn't hot.
and Rob was like, "It wasn't fucking hot. You're a pussy."
I mean, for hot sauce, it's not going to be.
But then again, you do live with someone that eats extremely spicy stuff,
Yeah.
so
I mean, it has heat to it, but like, do you need like a milkshake? No. I mean,
okay.
I didn't touch it.
All right, so we got two things left. We've got Ozark season 4, part 1, and then we've got Scream, the latest thing. So Ozark season 4 came out last weekend, right?
Yes.
And I watched this in 2 days.
Yeah. Same.
Man, fucking Ozark is just so addicting, man. You
It
have to
is.
watch it. And I know Hot Sauce hasn't watched it yet. So, I mean, this is spoiler review, but a lot of people are really pissed that they released this in 2 parts.
Well, even the writer said that he said this is perfect because he said he didn't want to stay too long, and I feel like that's fair in my opinion, because I know the next part 2 would be 7 episodes, so it's going to be 14 episodes, and every season's been 10, so we're getting basically 4 more episodes.
You're getting a little bit more.
Mhm.
And
A
you know,
little
they're
bit more
not
of Marty
making us wait a lot of time.
No,
it's going to come out before the end of the year.
Yeah, before the end of the year.
So, all in all, it's kind of a win, like you said.
Marty Bird, baby.
But man, this is up there with Breaking Bad, like as far as performances go.
Man,
Jason Bateman. I mean, he's just
Kills
literally was born to play Marty. And I mean, the performance that he's playing and some of the situations that he's in, he's a cool fucking customer, dude.
that gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a
you
tense fucking show.
you'll see someone get shot in the face right in front of him, and he's like, okay.
Like,
It's just plain normal.
I know Hot Sauce complained about what was it, the Adam Sandler movie?
Which one?
Where he had the gambling problem.
Oh, Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, where you talked about it being stressful. And at times, Ozark is stressful because the
Very.
situations he's in are unwinnable situations. But somehow he just fucking weasels his way out. And he fucking just, I mean, I wouldn't say he wins at the end of the day.
He survives.
He survives, and he somehow is able to keep planning and surviving the next event with the Mexican drug cartel that is just fucking bullying him around.
Mhm.
And I mean, when you get into the later seasons, it's not just the Mexican cartel, it's the fucking FBI too. So I mean, and all he wants to do is just survive and be with his family.
That's it.
And then in this episode, the family's just splitting apart. I mean, they're splintering.
Mhm.
And but man, it's a fucking phenomenal series. And I can't say enough positive things about it. Like the whole cast is great.
Yeah.
But Jason Bateman,
He kills it.
yeah. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, like I said, top tier acting.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
No.
You fucking loser.
Look, man, Netflix keeps raising their prices.
Right.
That's another thing, dude. What the fuck, cocksuckers? Like, who? At the end of the day, they're making us pay for their bad mistakes of spending too much money on content. Like,
but yet you won't give me another season of Glow? Fuck off.
yeah, they waste so much money on shitty shows, but then they don't fucking, there's some of the shows that are good. They're just like, yeah.
That's what somebody was saying. There was some season of some other show coming back, or like I think it's Space Force.
Yeah. Space Force got a second
People were
season.
like, how is Space Force getting a second season?
Because it was good.
When nobody really cared about it that much.
I thought
And
it's
some of these
hilarious.
other series, like they're done after 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Mindhunter.
Strong.
Well, Mindhunter was.
Well, that's more.
I don't think that was Netflix's choice.
That was more scheduling stuff, I think.
Yeah, because what's his face was wanting to do other projects.
Yeah.
Well, Fincher is known for being like a perfectionist, so he takes forever to do stuff anyway, I think. And the one guy, the golfer, whatever his name was, who was in Matrix, he was getting part roles and all that.
Yeah, because they released everybody from their
You
their
gotta
contracts.
fucking pay him.
Yeah, that's another thing too. When these shows get popular, everybody's like, yeah, it's time to like rethink our contracts here. We need more money if it's this popular. But has everybody watched Don't Look Up yet?
No, that's
No.
not what I watch.
You guys got to watch that. It's good. It's good. But Netflix is spending buku money on movies too. So it's not just TV series, it's movies too.
Mhm.
And then now they're breaching out with games and shit on Netflix too.
Really?
Yeah, like they're supposed
Game
to be putting like some kind of game channel on there or something. But I mean,
Like
it's just
actual games or game shows?
I think games.
Oh.
Actual games. You could probably play with your remote or whatever.
Fucking care about that.
Right, exactly.
Look.
I subscribe to Netflix for good TV shows and good movies.
I mean, how are they going to survive against all the other streaming services that handle fucking games?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, I just, they keep raising the price and they're going to alienate themselves and put themselves out of business.
That's the problem. They need to ask like certain people. So what do you think you need to do? Quit raising your fucking prices, and nobody wants to do your goddamn video
And
games.
I wonder how many people, like, I've never canceled my Netflix. So, but I mean, I wonder how many people are just going to say, hey, I don't fucking need this shit because Hulu is fucking what, $8.99 a month.
Well, you can get package deals with Hulu now too.
But yeah, but I mean, look,
Yeah.
the base package for Hulu is what, $8.99,
Right.
and you get all the TV shows from Fox and all the other networks, and then you
With
get
ads.
and then you get all the movies with that. Yeah, but I mean, when we're talking about it, it comes down to price for some people.
Yeah,
and they don't fucking care. And I wonder how many people will start canceling Netflix and then just getting it for like when something comes out.
for like yeah.
That was a lot of comments I saw. Somebody's like, just when I'm always getting ready to get rid of my Netflix, some show or some movie
Yeah.
that everybody wants to talk about comes on.
And I bet Netflix will start changing their releases to like 3 episodes a piece.
Yeah.
Or weekly, just to keep people subscribed, like
Mhm.
Disney Plus does, and
Right.
HBO.
Well, I
obviously.
mean, Netflix was one of the very first big streaming services, and they have to realize that they're not the only ones anymore.
No.
I mean, all the other subscriptions, and it's got more better content.
But
Well, that was one of the big things that's always been their downfall is, Disney is releasing theatrical quality movies. Amazon's starting to do stuff like that. And Netflix has never really been that way. At least in the beginning, they certainly do movies and stuff now. And there's a few of them that maybe go theatrical. But it's not going to be like an Avengers level kind of movie.
And we even
well,
know,
they're certainly spending the money to make
Yeah.
those type of movies now.
and there's certain movies you go, oh, you can tell that's a Netflix movie.
Right.
I mean, you can really notice it too on certain
they've written the checkbook out the past probably 5 or 6 years.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I've seen like tweets and interviews from people who do their movies for them.
Yeah.
And they basically like, they don't say anything to us. They say, here's your
Yeah.
money, make your movie.
And do
That's
what you
why a
want,
lot of
yeah.
people choose to go and make
Right.
product,
Right.
make whatever they want with them,
Content.
because they can do whatever they want. There's no interfering or studio notes.
So we'll have
So-
to create something to go to Netflix.
I really wish. I wish.
Why not?
Some of those shows, I'm like, I see when I look through there, I'm like, who went to their office and pitched them this idea, and then they wrote them a check for millions of dollars to make this show? Like, I just wonder, like,
And just like Mr. PBS said, then like,
because it's fucking awful. Some of these shows you
Yeah.
see on there.
well, then there's just like Mr. PBS said that there's times where you're getting ready to cancel it, then they give you a new show. Just like there's that show you posted earlier, All of Us Are Dead. Like that's gonna be a phenomenal show.
That
I
looks
think.
really good.
I mean, it just brings you back in.
It's a
you're like,
Korean zombie.
outbreak
show.
in high school.
In case anybody's wondering, what was it? The name of it again?
All of Us Are Dead,
Okay.
or We Are All Dead.
But yeah, Netflix is going to have to keep finding new content because all their good content is ended. Now that Ozark is ending. So
Devastated.
that's the name of the game. They have to keep spending money to keep subscribers happy and keep raising their prices. But yeah, they're almost at $20 a pop now. Can
Really?
you believe that? Yeah. Some plans are $20 a pop. But okay, so Ozark, fucking phenomenal. Watch season 4, and hopefully when it gets, we get everybody on par here, we can talk a little bit about Marty fucking some shit up.
Marty fucking Bird.
Marty Bird and Ruth, baby Ruth,
Marty. Fucking,
Marty,
God damn, you just want to punch her in the throat.
and then the crazy fucking opiate hillbillies, dude.
Darlene.
Yeah,
Jesus
Darlene.
Christ.
Darlene just fucking murks people left and right.
Jesus. Yeah. Especially season 1.
Boom, boom.
You just fucking killed us.
Yeah. You understand what you just did?
Marty, the sense of reason.
Okay, so moving on to Scream. It's actually called Scream, but it's Scream 5.
Yeah.
Scream 5, Scream
Mhm.
2022.
We made a day out of it the week it came out.
Yeah.
We went on a Saturday?
Yeah, we went Saturday.
Yeah. So little info about it. It's the 5th installment of Scream, but it's kind of like a soft reboot, you want to say? I mean,
It both is and is sort of commentary
right.
Mhm.
on like, I don't know what you want to call them, the legacy sequel, the redo, reboot, whatever. But I mean, it's definitely the next in the series.
Yeah.
But it's not like they specifically address like every movie and every character. or
Right,
whatever.
right. They're not going through every plot line.
They mainly go through like the first movie, basically.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much.
yeah,
You really could skip 2, 3, and 4 if you really, really wanted to.
yeah, it wouldn't affect anything. You can watch
But
basically Scream 1 and then this one.
It does have some of the most of the main people.
Right.
You've got Nev Campbell,
Yeah, you get your 3
Courtney Cox,
remaining legacy characters, basically.
and David Arquette.
Dewey.
Dewey. But yeah, I thought, for what they were aiming to do, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, what's his face? What's his name? That dude's son,
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid from The Boys.
Yep.
He was in it.
He's
Huey.
really good. Yeah, he is really good.
Huey was in it with Dewey. Huey and Dewey. But yeah, Jack Quaid was really good in this. And I mean, the whole cast was really good. And, the younger part of the cast wasn't, people that were really well known or
Right, I
anything.
think they're relatively. I think they've all done something.
But they're not super
they're not-
big or
No,
anything.
they're
like
they're
that.
all very young and new.
But man, I was really impressed with it. And I kind of had a couple guesses who the killers was, but I mean, for the most part, it kept me on my toes to the end of the movie.
Yeah, I was confident at the one, but after that, I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah, I was totally lost at one point. I was like, because they throw so many things at you.
Yeah.
Well, they do. Obviously, the Scream movies are commentary on other scary movies. So you're like, there's a point where Dewey says, it's always the boyfriend, and you're thinking, yeah, it's always the boyfriend, or are they expecting me to expect that it's the boyfriend and it's not the boyfriend?
Right, exactly. That's like spot on.
But yeah, like you mentioned, the commentary through the whole thing on scary movies is just brilliant.
And there's actually pretty funny comedy too, because
and this was the first one that Wes wasn't a part of.
Yeah.
And I like that they made it a big tribute to Wes.
They named a character Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big
street
toast form in there.
Yeah. There's like a street in a part of the movie that says Elm Street. So
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's on the
just like one shot of the street. You look up and you see the street sign kind of in the corner, like,
Well, Sydney always lived on Elm Street, didn't she?
I think I saw somebody say that it's been in the movies before, or maybe it got cut out of one of the movies before.
I thought she always lived on Elm Street.
Right, but that's always the joke. There's always an Elm Street somewhere.
Right. I mean, he pays tribute to a lot of his older movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really had fun watching it. I mean, it was suspenseful. There was one jump screen that got me.
There was like 2 that got me, and they did really good at the jump scare because you're like, okay, something's gonna happen now. No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really fun movie that if you're a fan of the Screams, you're gonna. I mean, I don't think you'll dislike it. I don't think you'll love it, but you'll have fun watching it. I mean,
it's kind of weird because we're to that point now. I rewatched Scream 1, and in it they're watching Halloween because Halloween's like the first air quotes
slasher movie.
And the kind of funny thing I was thinking about while rewatching it is Scream came out in like 78 and or Halloween came out in 78, Scream came out in 96. So they're only like 18 years apart. So it's actually been longer now between the first Scream and this Scream,
right?
Like those movies. And it's kind of crazy because I always think of Scream as like, oh, Scream's the new franchise. Like, yeah, it's like 25 years ago. The last sequel came out like 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's always kind of weird to kind of think how we've grown up with this one.
Yeah. And I did mention I want to go back and rewatch all of them because I already kind of have where I place them and rank them. So I want to rewatch them and then see.
I really need. I've only watched part 4 once, and I remember being mostly good. I think I had some problem with the ending, but the whole point of that one was sort of a commentary on like. I don't even know if we had a word for it yet, but like the influencer kind of
right.
Streaming and
streaming. Yeah. I think that 4 is highly underrated.
And I think a lot of people like it.
And especially like nowadays with how TikTok's blown up. And I think a movie was ahead of its time.
It was.
And I think it's one of the better solid like endings for me personally.
I still feel 3 was the worst. I think a lot of people
3 is.
3 a lot of people do.
It is.
It got really complicated for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to rank them just going right now, I would go 1, 2, 4, 5, and 3.
I would go 1, 5, 4, 2, 3.
Because 3 was just such a fucking stretch.
Yeah.
It was like, really? Like, what the fuck? Was it like somebody's cousin or something like that? It was a killer or
Well,
brother?
No, it was.
There's a whole. They go to Hollywood, I think, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
there's
they're in
Stab
Hollywood.
movies.
They're making. Is it the first Stab movie or something?
No, it had to
It's
be
like
the
it's-
second
Yeah.
Stab movie or something.
Yeah,
And
because in the second one, they're watching it starts out with them in the theater at
Right.
Stab.
Yeah.
and there's just some whole convoluted thing about how like it's been a while since I've rewatched
It was Sydney's mother.
mom
Mhm.
went out to Hollywood at
And
some
got
point
Right.
knocked up.
and whatever, and Sydney had a stepbrothers, I don't even
Half-brother.
remember.
Yeah, half
and
brother.
it got really like, okay,
Yeah.
you're really trying too hard now.
Yeah,
to-
it was a big fucking stretch.
Mhm.
Like, and you like even when like they revealed it, you're like, well, oh,
And
okay.
it's only one killer, and it wasn't 2. But I like how they kind of,
Didn't the third one have Jenny McCarthy in it? Doesn't she get killed in one of the
she's.
scenes?
I think she's in one of them.
Yeah, I think
it
the
would
third
have to
one.
be 3 or 4.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
know
One,
there's a
two.
blonde.
I think it's 3 because they're out in Hollywood.
Yeah.
She gets killed in like one of the prop rooms or some shit like that.
So a little bit of personal trivia. The only Scream movie
Yeah,
I've seen
Jenny
in
McCarthy.
theaters other than this one is part 3.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see 1, 2, or 4.
I didn't see 1 in theater. I think I saw 2.
1 and 2 would have been a big young because
I
they
di-
came out with like a year apart.
I didn't see
I remember
4.
when Scream came out, it was like the talk. Like
Right.
you had to go see it in
Yeah.
theaters, and it was this movie that was so fresh and
Well, I mean, you
once
did-
in a time, once in a generation movie.
I mean, the first scene, I mean, you kill off one of the biggest actresses in Hollywood at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? I mean, do you really do that?
Oh, Wes Craven
Yeah.
fucking did it.
And after watching this movie, I would say, like I said, I have to go back and watch, but I feel like 5 is probably the most brutal
Oh yeah,
out of all the Screams. Like there's certain like I was next to
It had
Mr.
some-
PBS. I was like, man, I was like, ugh.
it had some brutal kills in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The couple that was next to me, you could hear them. They were like, "Oh my god!"
Well, it's just like, the past one's just like, oh, they get stabbed once. No, not so much in this one.
Yeah, I love like, that's part of the fun of going to the movies, hearing everybody's reaction.
Yeah.
Like some people are like, "Whoa!"
Holy
Well,
shit.
like horror movies and comedies especially play out so much differently when you're with
Right.
people.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you can watch something that you've seen in the theater with everybody. Hilarious. You watch it by yourself, like, it's not as funny. So
Yeah, I
I
think
haven't seen any of them in the theater.
I saw all of them.
Are you a
except 4.
Scream fan, Hot Sauce?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen them. I just never watched them in the theater.
I feel like most consistently, they're probably one of the best franchises.
Yeah, I would say that.
Consistently.
I would say that. Because I mean, even the third one,
It still had its good moments.
it's still good. It's still a good
but it's like
horror
worse.
movie, but it's just like, yeah, okay, it was a stretch, but it was still good,
Right, yeah.
like,
well, it's kind of like when we were talking about the Matrix on the last episode or whatever. I don't feel like there's any movie that's like terrible. They're all like, yeah, okay, that's about what I expect from a Scream movie.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but once again, I liked it. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars on
Yeah.
Letterboxd.
I have to say, I think maybe 3 to 3.5, 3.5. I think
3 to 3.5, 3.5.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5.
72 here.
What would you give it,
Yeah.
Mr. PBS?
Yeah, I always have a hard time rating.
I
new
see-
movies,
I see because I see on Letterboxd that you've watched movies, but you don't rate them.
right? So it's tough sometimes because I've got kind of my rating system, which like a 5-star is like either a perfect movie or a movie that I just love like unconditionally,
Right.
and 4.5 is like it's almost there.
It-
4,
It almost got me.
right?
Almost got me.
A four is generally for a movie that I think is good and I really, really like. So if it's a movie that I've watched, 3, 4, 10 times, it's probably a 4 at least.
So something from like 1920 to
2,
Yeah.
19,
Yeah, it's
2.
like all if it's a favorite movie of mine, it's a 4 or above.
so is RoboCop a 4?
Oh yeah. RoboCop might even be a 5 because
Really?
RoboCop is perfect for what it is.
You need to let Peter Weller know that.
Dude, have you heard Peter Weller talk about RoboCop?
That's his baby.
He
that is-
talks about it like it's fine fucking art on
He talks.
display.
It
He
is.
talks if you've seen his, he talks about going like he went to mime school to get the RoboCop walk just right. Like he was that was like Shakespeare to him.
It was like he thinks like he put on the performance of a lifetime for RoboCop. It's like, I hate to tell you, but anybody could have done it, dude. Anybody.
You just got that perfect jawline.
But if I was gonna rate it, I'd put it in a 3 or a 3.5 at least. Maybe in some other time I might go up higher. But because like Scream's a 4 for me.
I'd like to rewatch it again after everything is fresh in my head.
Right?
Yeah.
Like 1 through 4 are fresh.
Because I'm with you guys. I thought it was solid. It was really well made. The kills in this one were pretty brutal.
Yeah.
We talked about the cameos in like in Ghostbusters, which were a little they were good when they got there, but there wasn't always the best reason for them to be there and all that.
There's a couple.
This one felt like, yep, there's a reason they're all here.
Yeah.
There's a reason, like I forget exactly what it is, but it's like, everybody's going to tell Sydney, like, Sydney, it's stupid for you to be here. And from the very beginning, Sydney's like, no, I know what I'm getting into. I got my gun. I got whatever. I'm not.
Don't worry. I've been around the block here. I
I'm not
understand.
coming
I'm
into
Sydney.
this like an
I'm
idiot.
Sydney Prescott, and I own a fucking gun.
As I was rewatching Scream 1, I think like Scary Movie and the stuff made fun of like the 90s, like the girl run.
Yeah.
And it was exactly like that. I'm like, oh God.
I tell you what, though, that fucking opening scene to this new Scream movie
Wow.
was fucking good.
Very
Yeah.
solid.
Where she was in the house and they were fucking with the security alarm.
Yeah. That's terrifying. That's like really terrifying.
If somebody's on your fucking security system.
Yeah.
Well,
And then you then,
And it's already bad enough they cloned one of your friend's phones.
yeah. This isn't fucking Amber.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No shit, Sherlock.
one of the fun things about Scream is that it updates.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just talk about movies, it adds new things.
Yeah.
And that's that's part of the
Yeah.
reason I think movie people like Scream is
Mm.
because it updates. Like this one, they do address. They have the scene where everybody's sitting together and talking. Like, what are the rules of the reboot cool redo
Yeah.
cool, whatever you want to call
Well,
it.
even there's like scene. It's not spoiled, but Dewey he explains the rules as well. He's like, "Well, rule number 1," and they just go through this whole process. Yeah.
I need to get my David Arquette picture with the boo faces behind my pops.
I tell you what, if you ever get a chance to go meet David Arquette at like Horror Hound or something, definitely go.
He's
That
so
dude's
fun.
awesome.
He's
Yeah.
so fun, dude.
I'm pretty sure he was drunk when we saw him, but he was awesome.
I don't fucking care.
I don't care either, but he was awesome.
I'd rather him be drunk than, boring
yeah.
or, hungover at least. He was hungover when we got our autograph.
Yeah,
You
he
can
was
tell
fucked
that.
up. Yeah.
But by the time because our autograph was like early in the morning, like 10, and we had to wait. Like we actually went to my car and turned on Hulu and watched like Stan versus
Evil. Yeah.
Stan versus Evil. We watched like half the season of that, and then we came back in because our autograph you had like two options. You could get a photo with just Dave Tennant, or not David Tennant,
Arquette.
David Arquette, or you could get an photo with David Arquette and Booface.
Ghostface.
Or Ghostface, yeah. I don't like calling him Booface.
Booface.
Booface. So we were like, fuck it, dude. We're getting the Ghostface picture. It was like an extra $10. We were like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
And it's funny because in my picture, Ghostface grabs my beard and he's got like the knife in my throat.
Oh, it was so fun.
and,
like-
and I'm walking away and hear David Arquette, man, that was really aggressive.
He was
Who
like,
was it?
What's that?
Who was it?
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know who.
It was
in
just some guy in
Ghostface.
the costume.
Probably some worker, probably.
But like it was funny. You'd wait to get, you wait in line to go take your photo or whatever, and you can hear and see everything. But he was like, all right, let's get into scene. And he would like do these like stupid faces
Yeah.
and stuff, or he would like hold somebody, or like it was just so much fucking fun getting the
Yeah.
photo op with
That
David
dude's
Arquette.
awesome. He's so
Yeah, he's so fun. I wish we could have partied with him.
Oh my god, that'd be like a bucket list. Really.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, definitely. If you haven't had the chance yet, get to the theater and see Scream,
Mhm.
especially if you're a horror fan.
Yeah.
It's not going to disappoint, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think the reviews have been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even people who even may not like it as much, say like it's still good,
Yeah.
but may not their
Yeah.
best favorite one.
It's not going to be like, you're not going to leave the theater and be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I don't
hated
think
that movie.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get a Screamy where it's like, oh my god, that's atrocious. I don't think it's going to be that way. With
I didn't
the series.
realize
But-
until afterwards that it's the same guys who directed Ready or Not.
Yeah.
Ready or Not was a very
That-
fun
that was
flick.
pretty good,
That
too.
was very
And
fun.
you know what? For it being the first one without our dear Wes Craven,
I think they nailed it.
they did a really, they nailed it. It was good. So, but I think we are at a close for our show. We're at an hour and 20 minutes, pretty much.
The question is, how long until we get on Hot Sauce for not seeing it? Because I know it took me a while to see Spider-Man. So is the countdown on?
Yeah, we have to
Fuck
talk
no,
shit to him
Not
now.
even close. Not even in the same fucking league.
But when did Spider-Man come out?
That was this.
So you guys saw it on like opening night.
Yeah, we saw opening night.
December 17th?
Yeah, December
17th sounds right. Yeah.
When did you see it?
January.
January 17th.
Could be.
It was like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
It was
December 13th was the release date. And then December 13th at certain locations, and December 17th was worldwide. My apologies.
My
Which one was
apologies.
it Thursday? Because they saw it on Thursday, 17th.
13th. Man, he can't figure out when he saw it. You saw it 2 weeks ago, didn't you?
it was before our last show.
So, yeah, you saw it on January 14th. So it was a whole fucking month you went.
Well, the countdown's on for Hot
And
Sauce.
it's not even close, dude. Like, it's not even the same caliber of movie. Like, no. I got at least 6 months to see Scream before I get any shit.
No.
Now you got to see it.
January 5th.
January 5th. Oh, okay. All right.
2.5 weeks then?
Yeah. It was still a long time, though. Like, I couldn't believe he waited that long.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the screenings were still like sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough show to get to. I didn't go back and watch it again just because everybody's been seeing it.
I remember the stress you went through just to get
Get the
tickets.
fucking tickets. Yeah. Fuck, man. But yes, we are approaching our time limit. So I think this is it for episode 125. What do you guys think?
You got a dog to take care of and dinner to eat.
Yes. So we don't want to hold anybody up, but as always, thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for wearing your hoodies, your t-shirts, your wristbands that you might have had that I might have shipped out to you. And as always, my call to action is to get one person to listen to the show, and from there we'll get another person. So let's just keep doing that. And as always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.